This is a video about meanders and oxbow lakes. In a river, the water never flows smoothly. It tends to move around in a sinuous path. The area of fastest current in a river is known as the thalweg. Erosion occurs where that faster current wears away the banks of the river. We'll just put that to one side. Over time, as this erosion occurs, the river valley and the river course will begin to change shape. So where there is more erosion, the valley will be widened, and where the current is slower, we'll find that there is more deposition. The thalweg will continue to carve out a sinuous channel, and deposition will occur on the inside where the current is much slower. So we find deposition occurring in these yellower areas where the current is slower. Let's put that. Right, we'll put that to one side, hopefully. Over time then, the neck of this curve in the river, which we're now going to call a meander, becomes more and more exaggerated, with erosion continuing to occur on the outsides and deposition continuing to occur on the insides. The area where we get most deposition here, on the inside, leads to a feature called a slip-off slope, and we tend to get something called a river cliff in the areas where our erosion is occurring. Eventually, our two meander necks, if you like, will continue to erode together. And we are left with a meander core on the inside, and eventually, in times of flood, the river will burst through this area in times of high discharge and actually cut off this meander entirely, so that this area becomes stagnant water and an area known as an oxbow lake. Our final diagram ends up with two separate water bodies, the flowing river and the stagnant oxbow lake, which is a temporary feature, as eventually the water will evaporate. So those are our 5 stages. The normal flowing river, increases in erosion and deposition, the narrowing of the meander neck, and the final cut-off of the oxbow lake. So you can see in this image here the oxbow lake. You can also see where deposition has occurred around the inside of the bends here, here and here, and where erosion will be occurring on the outside of the bends along here. Another way of visualising this is by drawing a cross section of the river channel. So if we just take a cross section through this part of the meander, something that looks a bit like this. This is our meander again then. This is our thalweg, the fastest current. So here's the outside of the bend. This is where our erosion is occurring, and our river cliff. And then our deposition and our slip-off slope.